What's up, Blasianeers and Blasianettes? I am going to be doing my review for Arrow Season 1. So there's going to be spoilers here if you have not watched the show at all. So go get caught up, go watch it for yourself. It's on Netflix. Get on your Netflix and watch it if you have not seen it yet. Now, when I heard that this show was being made, when I saw advertisements for it way back, in Season 1, before, the show even aired, when they're just, marketing it, I thought, I don't know if I'm gonna watch this. I mean, it may not do well. It may be canceled. Like in its first season. I don't think it's gonna do good. But so a few months go by, and it's on its mid-season break. Like in the first half, of season 1. And a friend of mine told me that it is definitely worth watching. I should, definitely jump on the bandwagon and watch it. And he told me certain elements that the show had, and he mentioned that Deathstroke comes into the play at some point too. And I'm like, and the way he mentioned some other characters come into the play, I'm like, this sounds really good. So I jumped on it, and I was really surprised of how good it was. I mean, like, and how the pilot makes you figure out, like what's supporting, like what, like how is this supporting character relevant into the story and whatnot, and this and that, and how you found out that Quentin Lance, like when you, before you even knew he was Laurel's father, and he's like, and Sarah's father, you don't find out until like near the end of the episode, and you're like, wow, no wonder he hates Oliver Queen. Oh my gosh. I mean, everyone, the Lances, like him and Laurel are so pissed off at him, and like what, like for I think primarily for like for Sarah's death, like when she went on board, with on the boat with him like 5 years ago. And it's crazy, like Oliver was a dick, like before he, like back in that time too. I mean, like he was with Laurel, he cheated on her with his younger sister Sarah, or with her younger sister Sarah. And then, and then she's supposedly dead, and he survived, and so yeah, I mean that's a lot to swallow. And so yeah, I mean like Oliver was not the most likable guy. I mean, like when he left to get on that yacht, and then so it's not that much of a stretch that people are sort of resentful towards him when he comes back, when he finally makes it back home. And when he makes it back home, he has a mission to tick off, where he has a book, and he, from his father, and he's just taking all these people that are on the list out of the equation. And so it shocked me, like when he actually does, this is when he does have a kill, like where he doesn't have a no kill code in this season. I'm like, holy crap, he just killed somebody. I mean, I don't think Green Arrow kills people, but this is, beginning stages, so they call him the Hood in this season. And they did mention Green Arrow, and for a split second, and then Oliver was like, I think he said, nah, I don't like that, or something. I think he quickly brushed it off. But yeah, I mean, like every supporting character, especially within Oliver's circle, has a pivotal role, like from his mother to his sister to his best friend to his ex-girlfriend. Like, wow. And you find out that his best friend and his ex-girl Laurel, they slept together after Oliver left, and then they may start to become like a serious thing, like as the season 1 goes along. And holy crap. And then just when you think that Oliver and Laurel are going to rekindle their relationship, and then there goes the whole Tommy and Laurel thing. I'm like, ugh. And then eventually, there's Diggle, his limo driver. He eventually finds out, he eventually comes out of the closet on him, like, yeah, I am the green hooded vigilante. And and then that's the beginning of Team Arrow, him and Diggle. And then eventually there's Felicity, who can do her computer thing, and she's very intelligent. This is Felicity at her best, right here in season one, at her best. I mean, and I had like a massive woman crush on her in this season, and I'm like, yeah, get who would not want to date this girl? Come on! And then she eventually comes into the fold. So the Team Arrow grows once again. Now she's in the fold. It's her, and Diggle and Oliver. So there you go. That's just the three of them, and it's pretty good. And you realize that his mother is not making so great decisions too, like working with Tommy's father, Malcolm Merlyn. It's primarily like working on what they want to do with this with the Glades and oh man. And then you eventually find out that Malcolm Merlyn is the Dark Archer, the black hooded this black hooded a dark archer. It's crazy, like like when you find out, when you find that out, and it's like, oh wow, this is gonna be a juicy pickle for Oliver because that's his best friend's dad. And then eventually Tommy finds out that he's the green hooded vigilante, that he's the hood. I mean, and then he thinks of him as a killer, like, oh yeah, you're a killer, you kill people, you're terrible, you're a human being, blah, blah, blah. And so yeah, like you're thinking that okay, the bromance is dying right now, and poor baby sister Thea, Speedy, she's off doing drugs and just not making great decisions either. Like, man, I mean, like everyone around Oliver is just like damaged right now. Except for Tommy for a minute, like where he's sort of like enjoying himself and whatnot, and constantly flirting with Laurel, and eventually him and Laurel become a thing, and so that it's crazy. I mean, like, now if you were to tell me that this show, like, if you were going to tell me at this time and season one was still running that it was going to be expanded into this universe where there's superpowered, heroes and superpowered characters thrown into the mix, I would laugh in your face. Like, you see where it is now with Flash and Legends of Tomorrow, and then now Supergirl, I would be laughing in your face right now. Oh man, this was great. And the flashbacks were on point. I think in the first two seasons they were on point. But the flashbacks start to get a little off in season 4. But here, this is really great. Man, oh man, and then something from the flashback comes into play into the present. See how it all works out? Because as the seasons go on, the flashbacks don't really make sense. Like, what would make Oliver think of this moment that has nothing to do with what he's going through in the present time? Like in seasons to go on. But yeah, this is how Arrow was. It was dark tone. It seemed like it had no intentions on expanding the universe. It seemed like it was trying to stay grounded in there, and then I guess they decided to change their minds. And then when season 2 came around, and we'll get to that in my season 2 review. But yeah, with that all being said, this gets 4 solid chair spins out of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 solid chair spins. So, yeah, I think I broke down everything I wanted to say about season 1. It's great, and the show will have flaws as you go along, but it will be worth it as you endure those flaws. So just sit tight. But yeah, and season 2 gets, I think season 2 gets even better in my opinion. But yeah, and also, like, when Tommy died at the very end of the season, I kind of saw it coming, and it didn't hit me. Even though I did feel bad for Oliver when he watched Tommy die, and he went to the building, and then, like, man, I did feel bad for Oliver, and those who cared about Tommy. But for me personally, it did not hit me as hard as it hit every other character. But And yeah, I mean, like it was a crazy throwdown, and it got crazy, like when Malcolm Merwin found out that that Oliver Queen was the Hood, and that was crazy, and oh man, it was. I mean, the season had me on the edge of my seat. So I mean, I may need to watch that, season one again because I mean, I'm sure there's some things I wanted to break down that I maybe forgot to mention, but yeah, it's good. I mean, like every character is interesting. I mean, like it's like you don't have to look away from the screen when it's not focused on Oliver, and you're like, oh, what's going on with his mother? Oh, what's going on with here? What's going on with Goro? What's going on with Tommy? You know what I mean? But yeah. So if you guys enjoyed my review for season 1 of Arrow, make sure you thumb up the video and make sure you click subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna be doing my review for season 2 pretty soon. So keep on the lookout for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.